It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning. It's Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Good Friday morning. You haven't lived until you've watched Ryder air drum to Neil Peart like a champion. Man, she's already working up a sweat over there. It's Friday morning, and I'm in a good mood, and I'm here with Paul Fletcher. Or not. I'm here with Ryder as well.
Yes.
What's happening over there, Ryder?
Oh, hello then. Happy Friday, friends.
There's the man.
Yeah.
I am here. What?
All right. Good to have you with us, Sparky.
Check.
We got you, brother. We got you loud and clear.
Yeah.
I guess Paul doesn't have himself.
No.
Here, I'm going,
Hello.
I'm going ASL on you, buddy.
Yeah.
These things happen. So, Ryder, big weekend plans?
Yeah, it's hot date night at the zoo. Wild night at the zoo tonight. Once a year, I will tolerate bringing my husband to see all the critters he refers to as super cute and adorable and in love with. And I will stand by him and take pictures. And
speaking of super cute and adorable, Paul Fletcher's in the room, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi. Somehow the board was in like a delay thing. I heard myself talk like 8 seconds later. I'm like, what the hell is happening? It's fixed. We're back on track now. My God.
It's the weekend gremlins. They got an early jump on things.
Clearly.
That's okay. We're still right where we want to be. I'm feeling Minnesota. Let's get into some headlines.
I don't know if you heard, but just announced Paul McCartney is coming in what should be one of the biggest shows ever at U.S. Bank Stadium. The Got Back 2025 tour comes to town October 17th. The pre-sale happens this Tuesday, the 15th, which you can sign up for at paulmccartneygotback.com. And then the official on-sale date is July 18th.
Very nice. Very nice. I'm excited.
Should be a really good show. There's more on that throughout the morning, for sure. The State Department is set to begin mass layoffs with over 1,500 employees receiving reduction in force notices. This move follows the Supreme Court's decision to allow President Trump to proceed with his plans to reorganize and downsize federal agencies. And the plan is the largest in decades, focusing on policy priorities and eliminating redundant functions. So we'll see how that all plays out.
Talking about this for decades, wondering what the hell we were thinking. That's my song for the weekend. What do we need with the State Department?
So when you say State Department, this is still federal layoffs. This is not the state of Minnesota.
Correct. Yes, absolutely. Live Aid. You guys remember that? Live Aid's 40th anniversary. This Sunday, July 13th. It's going to be celebrated in a CNN 4-part special. Live Aid when rock and roll took on holy cow, there's some serious copying and paste issues going on here. Took on the world. Features interviews with Bob Geldof, Bono, Sting, Phil Collins, and more. It's going to premiere 8 p.m. Again, as I mentioned, on CNN.
You just got to poke that bruise, don't you? I'm the only person that didn't see it. I worked a double shift at a grocery store that day.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to raise my hand right alongside you. Did not see that either.
I was a college kid. Okay. I mean, I was prime Live Aid target. I had a 4 a.m. unload a complete semi full of produce, then worked the double. I did 4 a.m. to like 3 p.m., or maybe it was 12 hours. No, what am I talking about? It was like 4 a.m. to 6 p.m. Missed all of London and slept through the end of Philly. And so Live Aid, everyone of my generation is like, man, where were you? I'm like, I was loading new potatoes into a back bay. Shut up. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, thanks for the painful reminder, Paul.
Yeah, you're welcome. You can relive the pain if you want this Sunday on CNN.
You'll find me at a produce section near you.
That's where you'll feel comfortable, right?
The performances from Live Aid that were great are all-timers. And, man, the ones that weren't are god-awful. It was a real up and down, both London but especially Philly, man. It was either clicking or it wasn't. But what a day it was. I mean, that's about as big a day in music history as I can remember.
That's going to get me watching because I want to see those train wrecks.
Absolutely.
My God. Well, I got 2 words for you. Led Zeppelin.
No, really?
Oh, my God. Terrible.
They were a Led Zeppelin that day?
It was rough. Well, Phil Collins, Phil Collins played both London and Philly.
He
played the London and then jumped on the Concorde and got himself over to Philadelphia in time to jump on stage with Led Zeppelin, who already had Tony Thompson on drums, and then he just mucked the whole thing up for no real reason. But also, real quick, if you're watching, Led Zeppelin was terrible, but nothing can compare you for Bob Dylan with Keith Richards and Ronnie Wood. That is about as bad as it gets. It's worth a watch.
Oh, all right. And to think this Sunday may be the education of Live Aid for some people. So check it out. A Wisconsin nurse got apparently a slap on the wrist for cutting off a patient's foot.
Ooh.
Mary Kay Brown was accused of elder abuse and is avoiding jail time. Brown took a plea deal that drops 2 felony charges. She was arrested in 2022 for the amputating the foot of hospice patient Doug McFarland without his permission. McFarland contracted severe frostbite in his feet, which both became necrotic after a fall. Now, this is where it gets weird. Brown admitted to cutting off a foot without instructions to do so. One nurse reportedly told investigators Brown mentioned that her family had a taxidermy shop and she wanted to preserve the foot with a sign reading, quote, "Wear your boots, kids." Brown has now pleaded no contest to misdemeanor negligent abuse of a patient, and McFarland died days after the amputation.
Shouldn't you be a doctor before you go cutting limbs off? I think that's
one
part
question.
of the deal.
I think there are a bevy of questions after reading that paragraph and a half.
I'm gonna go on to the next story. I can't even begin to get my head around that.
Ryder, this is a glorious day. We have rendered Steve Gorman speechless.
I'm back. I'm picturing Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I don't know what this woman looks like.
No, I liked it better when you were speechless.
But in my mind, it's straight up Ratchet.
I mean, if
Holy
she
smoke.
had permission and everything was cool with the patient and stuff like that, I do like how creepy this warning is. Just the frostbitten, turning black, gangrene, whatever foot with the sign, wear your boots. I'm a fan.
Yeah.
You left out the
get
part
permission.
where she did this with a push mower. I'm like, something tells me this was hardly medically sound amputation.
Yeah, and keep in mind there was not permission, so that makes it even dicier. I'm picturing Kathy Bates in Misery. Jack White, former White Stripes frontman, of course, received his first mobile phone as a gift from his wife, Olivia Jean, on his 50th birthday. White had been a vocal advocate of banning mobile phones from his gigs and had never owned one himself, citing the public's addiction to them. He expressed his surprise and humor at receiving the phone, stating, quote, "Well, y'all, it's either all over for me now or it's just beginning." He added, "I thought if I could make it to 50 years old at least without ever having one, that I'd be proud of myself, and I am. Can't wait to talk to y'all soon. My number is the square root of all our combined social interactions times pi."
Steve, you've known that guy since he was an awkward teenager.
This is true.
Now
he's an awkward middle-aged guy.
Are you able to text him yet? Did you get the number?
No.
Are you even going to bother? And you just going to go your regular route?
He is email only, and that's how I will maintain contact. I'm not. I guarantee you, I'm not on the top of the list of people to say, here's my number. But even if he sends it, I'm just going to delete it, just out of respect for the past. The last holdout, I wave a flag to you, sir. Well done.
Oh, yeah, it's nice work.
I don't know, man. You should have stayed off the grid, friend. Superman is already flying high. Pardon the pun, but I had to do it. Bringing in more than 20. Check this out. It hasn't even officially hit theaters yet. Just the preview screenings have brought in more than $21 million as it sets its sights on the weekend box office. The James Gunn-directed film is hoping to make it up to $130 million domestically. Its debut weekend reviews have been positive thus far. It's holding on to a solid 85% score on Rotten Tomatoes. We will be seeing it this weekend. It's a guarantee.
All right. Well, I look forward to your Monday morning review.
I know. And you know what? You should be excited about this one because James Gunn is from the Marvel Universe, which I know you love.
I can't get enough, man. I can't get enough of men in tights and capes.
Uh-huh.
That's just me. Speaking of men in tights, not so much tights, but anyway, the fire was out yesterday at Target Field as the Cubs finally remembered they're a really good baseball team this year, and they put the hurting down on the Twins. A victory for Chicago 8-1 in front of the second biggest crowd all season at Target Field.
Of course,
the vast majority of whom were Cubs fans. Or as they call it, Wrigley North yesterday. But the Twins did take 2 out of 3 from the Cubs, just as they took 2 out of 3 from the Rays last weekend. That's 2 teams with over 50 wins. So they're showing signs of life. Tonight, how about this? The last place Pirates. Nice. However, you do have Paul Skeens, the Rookie of the Year last year, against Joe Ryan. So there's a great pitching matchup at Target Field tonight. If you can make it, I would recommend that. The Lynx got back off the schneid. A win over the LA Sparks 91-82. Natisha Heidemann with 18 points off the bench. In fact, the Lynx bench had 30 points in the first half alone. You're going to be hard to beat when the bench is scoring like that. The Timberwolves Summer League, I was excited to see the young guards, but the 17th overall pick in this year's draft, Johan Berenger, or Berenger as he's French, comes in, the big 6'11" defensive project. Oh, he had 2 blocked shots on the first possession of the game and 7 all throughout the game, the most ever for a summer league game. A very impressive debut. Oh, he was 5 for 6 from the floor with 8 rebounds. Tim Connolly understands talent when he sees it. And finally, the Aurora are in the national semifinals against Utah United tomorrow at TCO Stadium in Eagan, 7 p.m. Let's roll Aurora. How about that?
Yeah, buddy. Shine bright through those skies.
Roseville, good to have you with us this morning, Rose. I live in Roseville, as in my wife's name is Rosemary, and I call the house Roseville sometimes, or Roseton, or Rose whatever. Because really, I'm just there to work.
Yeah,
I'm part of the maintenance crew.
100%.
Yeah, I'm just the guy.
Roseville's an important town in Minnesota, home of the very first Dairy Queen. Where would we be today if we wouldn't have had the first Dairy Queen ever? We'd be in a really bad spot.
Damn straight.
They don't serve ice cream there. They
Sorry?
can't call what they serve ice cream. It's not 10%.
No, correct. But whatever it is, it's fantastic.
It's
I don't
a whole
care.
stickler thing.
I don't even care.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. It's DQ. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Rick Springfield, the Australian megastar, or Noah Drake, if you were a General Hospital fan, way back in the day.
I mean, he played himself on Californication, too, and that was hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what? Never saw one moment of that show. Everybody loved it. I was just in a different place in my life, I guess. I never saw it. Was it good?
Worth a rewatch, I think. Yeah, fun and dirty, and, David Duchovny.
Fox Mulder getting his pants off all the time.
Ryder, have you watched it recently? Does it hold up?
I haven't watched it in a while, so I don't know.
Well, Rick Springfield is still playing himself all over the place. He still plays a lot of gigs every year. By the way, fun fact, the guy's in his 70s. He looks amazing. And I don't mean just the work on his face. That dude's in a Pilates studio 6 days a week at least. He's in phenomenal shape. Looks fantastic. He goes on the Today Show yesterday to, promote whatever he's working on. And, but he's been around long enough. You'd think it wouldn't be this way. But Rick Springfield just can't get no respect, man. Listen to the Today Show hosts confuse him with somebody else.
How many Rick Springfield fans are there out here?
Come on.
Oh, yeah. Jesse's girl.
The 867-530-9.
My God.
Rick.
That's on the two-tones. Very close.
What?
But again, they're big fans of Rick.
Yeah, definitely.
It's really taken on a life of its own after I recorded it. Am I boring you?
No. Actually, you're not at home.
No, dude, it's early. Don't worry about it. I'll yawn, too. I'll probably yawn.
One of the hosts let out a giant yawn right in front of him.
It's massive. Yeah, you can hear it.
In reverse order. On television, the yawn. I mean, we can yawn, and as long as we turn our mic off, no one knows. We're not on TV on the Today Show. But then before that, the co-hosts are all excited. They go into Tommy Two-Tone's 867-5309. And, imagine being Rick Springfield. You're like, come on, man. Seriously? Tommy Two-Tone? Rick Springfield is a man who famously, before he had a hit in America, he was big in Australia. He had a hit down there called simply Bruce. And it's about a woman mistaking him for Bruce Springsteen.
It's actually great.
Yeah, he's been battling this for years. Everyone thinks he's someone else. But it's one thing if someone thinks you're the boss. But when they start thinking you're Tommy Two-Tone, man, it might be time to hang it up. That's all I'm saying.
That's a kick right in the junk.
Yeah.
God, that's brutal.
In the middle of the passion, I was on the borderline when she called out a name, but it wasn't mine. She called me Bruce. And by the way, now there are choruses like Hey Jude, and then there's choruses like this. I can hear her calling Bruce, Bruce. I can hear her calling Bruce, Bruce. My name is Rick, and I'm going to stick it to you, babe.
Wow.
Springfield.
I don't know how we didn't make that a hit over here.
A stick man from way back.
Oh, my God. That's awesome.
Yeah, after he got in like the 80s when he blew up, all of a sudden that thing made the rounds. It was like, well, this was a hit in Australia back in the 70s, but now here it is for you. Like Casey Kasem would be
I was just going to say, where was Casey Kasem on this one? He could have broke that song in this country, man.
Oh, he did. He did. I'm telling you. How do you think I know about it? Every Sunday night on Casey Kasem right there. Man, Springfield, he's gonna. It's just a bloody nose. That's all it is. You know,
he'll be fine. You can't. I don't think you can break that nose just based on what I saw.
And Springfield with a great turn in Sound City. You know, Dave Grohl brought him off the bench in that documentary about the studio, because that's where he recorded Jesse's Girl quite famously. And of course, I always wanted to do a documentary about all the bad records made at Sound City and call it Sound Shh.
Yes.
And I'm still working on funding right now. I'll take a personal check from either one of you guys if you're interested.
I don't have any check blanks left.
If you went to see Rick Springfield and you didn't enjoy the show, let me ask you something. Would you still applaud? Would you go so far as to stand up? But what happens if you're at a gig and the band actually sucks? You're just like, man, this is terrible. Or not even terrible. What if it's just
didn't feel it.
Yeah, what if you're in a coffee shop and the guy in a corner with his acoustic guitar and his little loop system with his feet that makes him feel like he's cool, like he's the next Ed Sheeran? What if his songs are just Do you applaud? Do you give somebody whose performance you didn't enjoy the polite respect of okay,
there's an in between. You know, you don't have to like actively go at it. You can just kind of give like, hey, yeah, I recognize that you're there. I mean, I guess kind of just like a sort of in a coffee shop situation like that, give a light, like acknowledging that, hey, I know that you're there and thank you for your efforts.
Tepid applause is what I would call that.
Sure.
To the performer, I always think tepid applause is worse than nothing. It's almost, it's just patronizing. It's like, hey, good effort. It's like the kid, good effort, good work, guys, good effort.
It's a participation medal? Is that what you're saying?
It's exactly what I'm saying.
All
I'm
right.
curious, what do you do when you're at a performance? It could be a stand-up comedy bit. It could be a performer with a guitar. It could be anything. If they suck, do you still applaud? Do you feel like it's something you have to do? Most people do say yes. No matter what, I will applaud because it's not only polite, but it is expected. And people think it's more of it makes it weirder just to not.
Minnesotans are super guilty of this.
Super
and
guilty
I'm
of that.
one of them.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah.
Just always give them A for effort?
It depends on the size of the venue. If I'm in a giant arena and I know that my clapping is not going to make a difference, I won't do it if I don't really want to. But if we're someplace smaller and part of it's just to keep the momentum of the show, I'm like, if I don't clap, they're just going to keep standing there. So I'm going to move this thing on by cheering real loud. But yeah, a smaller place, clapping for sure.
So what's your applause protocol? 651-989-ROCK. North Loop Jeff with a text. We have found over many years while attending Hennepin Broadway series or other venues, Minnesota audiences consistently give standing ovations regardless of the quality of the performance. Are we Minnesotans just that desperate for entertainment? Or, hang on, he goes on. He's not done. Or perhaps we feel a standing O as part of Minnesota nice. Our group of friends joke that Minnesota audiences are standing O whores and give freely of their O's.
Jeez.
And we will remain seated for those performances that are less than. We just don't see the last minutes. I guess Minnesota cannot zipper merge properly, and we cannot discern which performances are worthy.
Wow.
North Loop Jeff off the top rope.
Holy smokes, he brought the hammer down. Like, maybe we're just grateful. Maybe, like, especially if you're in a theater setting, you're like, oh, you know what? I didn't have to go to New York to attend this Broadway spectacle. I was able to do it here, and I'm just happy for that.
I have applauded many an opening act when they're done just because I'm applauding the fact that they're finished. That's how I justify.
That's fair. Do you think they know that?
I don't really concern myself with their perception of it. If you bore me, or if I just think you're if there's I don't know, my own personal. It's kind of like, you know what, my response to performers. It's just like waiters in restaurants. I make a snap decision. I'm either okay with how you're going about your business, or you just annoy the daylights out of me. It's just like there's something about it. And if I had to put it all on paper, I'd probably be embarrassed, and it would say less about me than I want to admit. So I'll just say I have an internal algorithm that makes no sense in a linear fashion. That said, I will occasionally do the polite applause, but I will not be part of a standing O. if I don't want to stand.
Right.
I will sit there and look at everyone's ass in front of me for a second until they sit back down if I have to. It's just like, no, you know what? No, you're not going to get me out of this seat, even though my knees are stiff, and it would probably be helpful. 651-989-ROCK. We're talking about applause protocols. What do you do at the gig when you're not digging it? One text came in, I will clap because I wouldn't want to be the performer up there when nobody's clapping for me. Well, that's nice. I get it.
I mean, that's true,
Yeah.
but...
Walk a mile in someone else's shoes and whatnot. The golden rule. I can get behind that. Our buddy Christine wrote, I always play along with excitement if the concert is bad. But most of my bad concerts are because of the sound. I casually make my way to the soundboard to ask to take a picture of the set list, only so I know how much longer I need to pretend. And then she writes, pro move.
That is kind of that. You have to go to a lot of concerts to concoct that entire plan.
Yeah, you figure that one out. That's pretty strong.
I think it's a little bit of a cop-out just blaming the sound guy, Christine, but I understand.
Well, that's very true. I mean, that's why. See, that's why you should always be prepared, if need be, to light your guitar on fire. You got to do something. Oh, it doesn't sound good. Well, at least this will look cool, and then you got to. That's where the shtick comes into play. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I have I mentioned I don't like to stand during I'm all for giving a standing ovation if I'm really, really into something.
100%.
And there are times when I find myself, well, okay, I'll do it, but it's like I still just want to see what's happening on the stage. Like I still want to see what people are doing, even though I didn't really like it. So I'm not as big a stick in the mud as I guess I'm pretending to be. I just know probably way more often than not, I will play along with the crowd. I'll go with the energy, like Christine. You play along with the energy of the room. I think mentally in my head, I'm probably filing a silent protest more than showing it. I mean, I was thinking about it during that Wallflower song. I was like, well, hang on a minute. Maybe I'm confusing the jerk that's in my brain with the guy that's acting out in public. So it's not quite as harsh as I came across.
Let's make this very clear. I mean, I think like just giving an applause going along with the energy is fine. A standing O should be earned. Okay. Period. The end.
I give freely. I'm guilty of giving freely of my O's.
You're a standing O whore, huh?
Sure. Yes. And partially because I'm shorter, so if everybody else stands up, I'm kind of screwed.
Well,
but yeah.
How's your zipper merge technique? You good with that?
It's not great.
Mine's excellent. Every now and then. You know what? One quick thing on the zipper merge. If you don't make it, you're obligated to continue on. Even if it's out of the wrong, even if you're going the wrong way. Like I've done that before. I've tried to do the 394 slip in and I've missed. And I've had to take the downtown exit because it's like, you know what? I missed. I tried and I missed. But generally, my percentages are quite high. I just want to say, lastly, I love North Loop Jeff. Standing O whore should be a standing.
We should get that on a T-shirt at the fair.
Yeah.
If I were a driving instructor, what I would say is, here's the first rule of driving. There's another exit later.
Yeah.
Don't worry if you miss it. Take the next one. It's okay.
I get so nervous though. And what if it's not an exit? What if it's that we're like reducing lanes because of construction, and then I'm the jerk like way at the beginning or whatever? Like I get in as soon as I can, and I know everyone's gonna hate me.
Oh, you got no poker face, do you?
No.
All right, good to know.
I love to gamble. That's fun.
Good to know. That's what that means is next time the KQ van pulls up and you're behind the wheel, I'm not getting in. I'm just going to tell you right now. I'm not putting myself through.
I don't know. It might be safer.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning on Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Good Friday morning. The Verve Bittersweet Symphony, the singer of that band, the guy that wrote that song, Richard Ashcroft, he's the opening act on this Oasis tour that's happening in the UK right now. And last weekend in Cardiff, there was a viral moment during his set. He was performing that song, Bittersweet Symphony, which in the UK is like, it's a Hey Jude level hit. It's an all-time, eternal, iconic. Everybody in the UK knows that song, except for one kid who was at the stadium, and a video went out online of a fan Shazamming that song as Richard Ashcroft played it. There's like a teenager, college age girl, and she's got her Shazam out, and the fan behind her videoed it and posted it like, who doesn't know this song?
Okay.
And it went crazy. And then Richard Ashcroft, of course, found out about it. And he posted on Instagram, if you don't know it, Shazam it. All new fans welcome.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
at least
nice.
she liked it enough to Shazam it. It was like, hey, I want to hear this one again. It's a total banger. I want to figure out what it is.
She was getting just crushed. And, of course, he came to her defense. He's like, would you back off? She liked the song. That's all I care about.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if she joined in with a massive applause.
I would imagine there was some
Probably
applause
did.
there. I think that's a safe bet. Yeah, when you go to the Shazam, it's for one of two reasons. I need to make sure I never hear the song again, or I really want to hear the song again. There's no in between in my life with Shazam anyway.
Yeah. Generally, it means you like the song.
I would hope so. A man in France is in some fairly hot water right now. Road tripping. It's summer, the time of road trips. And this is an entirely true story. A gentleman on the road with his family. He's 62. His wife is 60. They are with their 22-year-old daughter. They're driving along. It's at night. They left Paris for Morocco. Now, you're going to drive all the way to the bottom of France. You're maybe going to cut through Spain. You're going to get a ferry over to Morocco. It's a long drive.
Yeah.
They're driving overnight. It's a 27-hour, they're in the car for a full day is the plan.
27 hours?
27 hours to get to the ferry, yeah.
Yeah, I thought Europe was so small and tight.
France is the size of Texas, and then Spain's not too small itself. So you're going to get down there. Long story short, 4:30 a.m., he pulls into a gas station. He gets out. Daughter's asleep in the back seat. He pumps, he gets the gas. He hops back in, and he takes off. And after exactly 186 miles, it occurred to him, hey, where's my wife?
What?
She wasn't in the car?
186 miles. She got out of the car without him being aware of it. He got back in. I guess he was thinking it was dark. Maybe, I don't know what the sitting arrangement was.
Was he driving a stretch limo? What the hell was happening?
So check this out. He calls the cops at 8:30 a.m. He realizes, wait a minute, my wife's not here. Here's the deal. He couldn't remember where the gas station was that he stopped at. He didn't even know what town he was near when he stopped. His daughter slept through the whole thing. Eventually, the cops tracked her cell phone.
Oh, man.
No word on why she didn't just call. She had her phone. No word on why she didn't call him.
Spite. The word is spite.
I guess so.
She didn't call him out of spite.
She'd been sitting there for 4 hours waiting for him to turn around.
Yeah.
Now, we don't know all of the details of how this could have all gone down, but on the surface, this guy makes Clark Griswold look methodical. Lord.
There's oh my God, I left my phone at the gas pump. There's I left my wallet at the register. There is I forgot to get an extra cup of coffee, leaving behind not just a human being, but the one you're married to. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to get around. That's a tough one to process and ever bounce back from, honestly.
Everything's tighter and more quarterly in Europe. Smaller cars, etc. How do you not sense the person next to you for 3 hours?
I'm thinking about road trip blunders in my life. One of my brothers and I did a drive from Baltimore down to Kentucky one time, and this is sometime in the 80s. And he just took a wrong. I fell asleep at one point, and he got on the wrong interstate in the state of Tennessee. We were supposed to stay on 40. He saw a sign for Chattanooga and thought that was between where we were going in Nashville somehow. I woke up and immediately recognized we were about 90 miles in the wrong direction. I was like, why are we entering Chattanooga? And he was like, that's on the way to Nashville. And I was like, no, it's not.
You're like, you were like Harry and Lloyd. You woke up and you went, expected the Rockies to be a lot rockier than this.
It's exactly what it was. And so, but that's nothing like this. That's not leaving anyone behind. It's one of those things that just happens. What's the biggest road trip blunder of your career on the road? Do either one of you have just top of your head, oh my God, I can't believe I did this, Paul?
I lived in Omaha for about 10 years and would come home, obviously, to visit quite often. And yes, we did the forgot the phone behind at a gas station thing in Ankeny, which is just north of Des Moines. Got, I think, to Ames, if I'm remembering my math right. So I think it was about 20-ish miles. We had to turn around and go back. Yeah,
okay.
It was not nearly as bad as leaving my wife, but yeah, it was very annoying because a 6-hour drive becomes a lot longer when you have to tack on another hour.
Ryder, anything?
I forgot my headphones on my 1 mile drive to the gym, and no, I did not go back to the house to get them. But no, I hate the road trips, so I'm pretty methodical when I have to do them.
That's pretty good. 651-989-ROCK. What's your greatest road trip blunder? Oli is on the horn. 651-989-ROCK. He's got one. Oli, good morning, brother.
Good morning. Hey, so Steve, we're about the same age. Actually, we're about exactly the same age, and I think you can appreciate the fear you have for your father when you were born in the early 60s, right?
Oh, yeah.
And we were taking a Winnebago trip to Washington, D.C. in 1976, and we stop at a restaurant for dinner. I take my retainer out, and I leave it on the table.
Oh, boy.
And we head out, and we're heading east, and about 90 minutes later, I realize that I don't have my retainer. And so I'm so scared, I creep up, and I whisper in my mom's ear that I forgot the retainer, and she makes a sound, and my dad's like, what? And I'm like, oh, geez, I'm dead. And we had to drive another half hour just to find an exit to get off the freeway, turn around, and drive an hour and a half back to pick up that stupid retainer.
Oh, my God.
Not a pleasant, not a pleasant trip.
Man. Yeah, that's you're like, you know what? I'll just take bad teeth the rest of my life to avoid having to tell my dad this situation.
Yeah, he's got a special gear in him that really scared the crap out of me.
Sure. Oli, thank you for the call, brother. We appreciate it. 651-989-ROCK. No shortage of text messages have come in. Quickly, as I did tell you, so and I will make this quick. 2004, I'm on tour with Stereophonics. It's a Welsh band. We're playing across America. We play a gig in Vermilion, South Dakota. Mm-hmm. There's the university there. I don't remember which one exactly, but we're at a college school, and that's way southeastern South Dakota. And then the next gig is in Seattle, which is a really long ways away. A couple days off to get there. It's a bit of the routing thing. So these guys have never been to Mount Rushmore. They're a Welsh band. And they're like, let's go on the way. We'll see Mount Rushmore. Makes perfect sense. Drive across the state. Get to Mount Rushmore about, 6:30 a.m. We got to wait till 8 a.m. till the place opens, and we can pull the bus in. We can all hop out. We can look at Mount Rushmore for a few minutes. We can get back in the bus and then go all the way to stinking Seattle. So it's a long couple of days off. Not fun to be on the bus that long.
No.
Get out. One of the guitar techs, a guy named Reg, is in his bunk, and he is the sleep of the dead. He is out cold. Hey, Reg, you going to come look at Mount Rushmore? Not a word. Reg won't wake up. Leave me alone. Okay. Everybody walks off. You can see where this is going. The bus empties. Everybody goes and stands and looks at Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
During that time, Reg did wake up and realized, I need to use the bathroom. Walks off the bus, looks up, sees that the welcome center's open, walks in to use the toilet. Well, everybody gets back on the bus, and off we go. And off we go. Reg comes out of the bathroom. And so now imagine this. This is 2004. Here's a Welshman wearing blue jeans and a T-shirt. It's February.
Oh.
It's February at Mount Rushmore. And because he had a 27-yard walk, he didn't put on a jacket.
Right.
Nor did he grab his phone.
My God.
Nor did he grab his wallet.
Oh, my God.
Look on a map sometime at Bozeman, Montana, because that's where we were when somebody went, hey, Reg isn't in his bunk.
That's more than 186 miles.
Yeah.
That's 8 hours.
I was going to say 6, but dude, terrible.
That's about 8 hours. And then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute. Truck stop, pull over right outside Bozeman. Where's Reg? Oh, my God. 8 hours. The people at the Mount Rushmore Welcome Center have been sitting with a Welshman who's patrolling. You got to help. And they're like, well, who can we call? And he goes, I don't know. I don't know any numbers. Like there's a manager's office in New York. I don't know that he's a guitar tech. He doesn't know anybody in America to call. Not a soul. Doesn't know anyone's phone number in England to call, and they're not going to let him call England. No. 8 hours. It's almost closing time at the Mount Rushmore Welcome Center when we finally get to a phone, when someone realizes Reg isn't here. Call the Welcome Center, Mount Rushmore. Hey, do you have yes, he's here. Like, it was like, yes, we have him here. So then what happens? Well, he doesn't have an ID, so he can't rent a car. He can't get on a Greyhound bus. We have to go back and get him. There's no other way.
Oh, my God.
The bus driver turned around. So one of the people that worked there said, I'll take him home with me. Here's my address. And we have to turn and drive the bus back 8 hours and find some dude's house and pick up Reg. By this time, it's a full wasted day. I mean, it's like midnight, and now the bus driver needs an 8-hour sleep. So basically, it was 24 lost hours before we could get on the bus at Mount Rushmore again and start heading for Seattle.
Did you make it to Seattle for the gig, or did that get canceled?
That's what I was going to ask.
There was 2 full days off, and we got there in time for sound check.
Oh my God.
This was a very unhappy group of Welsh people, trust me. It was brutal.
I'll tell you what, if there's a band out there, big, small, or otherwise, that can top that story, I'd love to know what it is, because that's pretty unbelievable.
Pretty fantastic.
Oh, my God.
Cody texted in, we were going to Canada for a hockey tournament. My brother and I got so excited that we brought our sticks into our room and taped them up the night before we left. We may or may not have left our sticks in our room and find out when we got to Thunder Bay, we had to use wood sticks in the tournament. That's good stuff. 651-989-ROCK. 651-989-ROCK. Let us know your road trip blunders.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. We were talking about road trip blunders. Ever leave something behind? Ever forget to pack something? What have you got? 651-989-ROCK. A good text came in. Not my road trip screw up, but in college in the early 90s, I worked at a home improvement store in Duluth, Minnesota. A truck driver came in who was confused about which business he was actually supposed to go to. Our yard manager looked at his invoices and started laughing. The guy was supposed to be in Duluth, Georgia.
No!
Wow.
Having been in both Duluth, Minnesota and Duluth, Georgia, I can tell you those are different planets.
Having dispatched long-haul truckers, every muscle in my body is clenched right now. I just cannot believe this.
Man, man.
Whose screw
really
up is that?
Flashbacks.
Who's that more on, the driver or dispatch?
It's probably on the driver, because if the other guy can look at the paperwork and say, hey, you're in the wrong state, you're supposed to be in Georgia,
Fair.
not Minnesota, that means the driver got the correct paperwork.
I think they're both morons, if you know what I'm saying.
I like Rob's story. Family trip to Yellowstone, wife and I and 3 kids younger than 12. On the return, we fuel up in Billings, Montana. We all go to the bathroom and get snacks. Finish fueling up and take off. Driving on 94, we go around the bend and something fell on the back row of the minivan. We ask our middle child to straighten up and get no response. Turns out we left our middle child, 9 at the time, at a gas station in Billings, went backwards along the shoulder of the interstate to get off at the previous exit, turned around, picked her up. We were freaking out. She was sitting on a pack of sodas like no big deal, like it happened all the time.
Yeah.
Like it happened all the time.
Clearly that kid had seen Home Alone and knew it would be okay.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
That's the lessons we learned from Kevin.
Yeah, my family, that never happened. I mean, I'm one of 8, and we did a lot of family road trips when I was a kid, and it was, the station wagon. At times, at one point in time, we had 2 station wagons. The 2 family cars
caravan.
were both, and those are massive station wagons back in the day.
Yeah.
But there was such a my parents were so obsessed with just the logistics and getting things right. Mm-hmm. I mean, you had to do a head count here, name call. Like nobody ever got left behind. I think because it would have been so easy to miss a kid that my mom, bless her soul, made sure that never happened. My dad was the kind of guy where I do believe if somebody had gotten out at the Pennsylvania Turnpike rest area and didn't load back in, his response would have been, well, they've learned a painful lesson then. We'll pick them up on the way back from Detroit.
Yeah.
That's exactly what that would have been. I say that because I watched him tell my brother when he was arrested, I'll see you tomorrow, as the sheriffs took him out of the house at 9 p.m. Mm-hmm. Wow. A lot of painful lessons here learned. 651-989-ROCK. This text just came in. Was headed to Mackinac Island and went to the wrong side of the UP from Minnesota.
Oh, no.
And then crashed our car.
Oh, God.
How do you get the wrong side of the UP?
I'm guessing it's before GPS and stuff like that. This had to have been in the back in the Rand McNally days.
That might make sense.
I
was looking at the Rand McNally, and I didn't realize I was reading it upside down. Anyway, I was on the wrong side of a giant landmass. Speaking of giant landmasses, No. Hey, you know what? Paul McCartney's coming to U.S. Bank Stadium October 17th, Friday night, and we would love to give away a couple of tickets to see Sir Paul himself. So with that in mind, we're going to play a game. We call it the Twin Cities Civil War. Ooh, we need a couple of callers. We need someone from the East Metro and someone from the West Metro, and the dividing line rider is?
It's going to be 3535W. So just be aware of that. This is the part where I get anxious, because what if people only from the West Side get through? Then I'm screwed.
Yeah, so we need an East Sider, we need a West Sider. Let 35W be your line of demarcation. Two callers going to get locked and loaded. We'll play Twin Cities Civil War. They're both going to win something, because the winner gets McCartney tickets. The runner-up will get tickets to the 80s cruise, which is on July 25th. So we're going to be hanging with you either on a cruise ship or at McCartney eventually, I guess is the situation here. Twin Cities Civil War, one caller from the East Side, one caller from the West Side. Let's get to it. Contestant number one from the West Metro, Tom in St. Anthony. Good morning, Tom.
Happy Friday, back at you.
All right, brother. Are you ready to rock the little Twin Cities Civil War?
I'm drinking caffeine by the gallon, so I hope I'm ready.
Nice.
Attaboy.
Being a West Sider my whole life, I'm hitching my wagons to Tom. By the way, we are tied at 2-2, West versus East.
Very
and just
nice.
Before everybody starts to blow up the text line, Tom and I discussed it. He lives west of 35W. There are parts of St. Anthony that are on the other side, so that's what we're going with.
All right, Tom. Ryder's going to count us in. I'm going to start firing questions. You give us your answers, and I wish you the best of luck, sir.
Thank you very much.
Really quick, want to remind Tom, you can pass if you don't, because time is of the essence. And also, you can interrupt Steve if you know the answer. All right?
Yeah, shout it out when you know it. All right, we are going to start in 3, 2, 1.
Soul Asylum won their only Grammy Award in 1994 for Best Rock Song with what hit?
Runaway Train.
The largest single snowfall in Minnesota's history, 24 inches in 24 hours, began on which holiday in 1991?
Halloween.
Receiving his first music lessons at St. Mary's Church in Wilmar, Dave Brickler went on to become the lead vocalist for the band Survivor. Their biggest hit, Eye of the Tiger, is featured in which iconic sports film?
Rocky, whatever number.
And in July of 2017, a ban that had been in place since Minnesota became a state was lifted. And what type of store was finally allowed to serve customers on Sundays?
Liquor store.
The Mary Tyler Moore Show debuted in 1970, breaking ground as a show featuring a single female lead, Mary Richards, who moved to Minneapolis and worked in what type of setting?
Newsroom, whatever.
In 1994, Casey the Gorilla escaped his enclosure and walked around leaving footprints in fresh asphalt in what notable location?
2 seconds.
I'm not sure, but I'm going to guess Como.
Oh,
wow.
All right, so
after the wire, but good answer, but a little late.
So my job is to review and point out all of the wrong answers. And Tom, you had none, so I got nothing to do here. Although you hit Como Zoo after the buzzer, that was correct.
That was late. That was correct, but that was late, so we're giving you 5.
Yep.
All right.
That's
nice.
Pretty good
job,
score,
Tom. Very nice. By the way, for the sticklers listening, it was Rocky 3. And we gave you credit for Rocky whichever number because we're feeling generous around here. All right, so let's sit tight, Tom. We got Patrick in Eagan on the line. Patrick, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You ready to rock a little Twin Cities Civil War?
Sure.
All right, Ryder's going to count us in. I'm going to start asking questions. Good luck, sir.
All right, Patrick, the number you need to hit is more than 5. And remember, you can pass or you can cut Steve off if you know the answer early. Gentlemen, we are going to go here in 3, 2, 1.
In 1984, Prince won 3 Grammys, including one for the soundtrack to what cult classic film?
Batman.
In 1981, a storm damaged the Sound of Music store in Roseville. The owner's tornado sale featured the lowest possible price on merchandise. It was so successful that it led to the creation of what electronics store? We'll move on. First-year manager Tom Kelly took a nearly last-place Twins team and catapulted them to the World Series championship in what year?
I'll say 91.
Heir to the Fingerhut catalog company fortune, Alan Fingerhut opened a nightclub in a former Greyhound bus depot in 1970. 9 years later, that club was renamed to, that's right. During the 1999 NFC Championship game, Gary Anderson missed a 38-yard field goal. The Vikings lost their chance to play in which iconic championship game?
The Super Bowl.
Formed in 1987 with Lori Barbero on drums. Oh, man.
All right, Patrick. Unfortunately, Batman was a solid guess, actually, but Purple Rain was the answer we were looking for. The electronics store was Best Buy, and you know what? The Twins did win a title in 1991, but the answer we were looking for is 1987.
Tom Kelly's first year at the helm, 1987.
So that gives you 2 correct answers, and that makes Tom a winner.
Patrick, not all is lost. You got 80s cruise tickets. Congratulations. But Tomo, you will be seeing Paul McCartney at U.S. Bank Stadium October 17th. Well done, brother. Congratulations.
That's the most awesome news I heard all year. Thank you very much.
Caffeine paid off, man. Nice work.
And the West Side takes a lead, too, so all is right in the world.
That's right. Jack up on the caffeine for the Civil War, ladies and gentlemen. That's the key to success for sure. Think about that. I mean, you know what though? It's I like when everybody's a winner. I mean, the Rock the 80s cruise. It might not be a Paul McCartney concert, but you get to wear a crazy costume and no one looks at you funny.
That is a win. That's a win.
Today's bargument. Our bargument. You're on a road trip. You forget something vital. How far away is your point of no return? Don't even think about it. Just blink, answer it. Ryder, what are we looking at?
St. Cloud. So the most common road trip that I went on as a kid was from our house in South Minneapolis to visit Grandma Amy and Grandpa Al in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. St. Cloud, that first rest stop, as you're headed up on 94 there, that is the point of no return. I did a little quick Google. That is 68.1 miles. That is the answer.
Okay, fair enough.
All other answers are wrong.
What do you think, Fletcher?
Well, I mean, she laid it out and made it very distinct, no uncertain terms. I'm going to say 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Yeah, it depends on how vital it is. There's a lot of factors here that we're not discussing. Just off the cuff, it's 20 minutes. You get to a half hour, you're talking an hour round trip.
Sure.
If it's not vital, if it's not crucial.
It is crucial. So
but it is vital.
We're not talking life and death. I'm talking like you forgot all of your underwear.
Oh, 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes.
Really?
I can buy underwear when I get there. Like it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like it's nothing. If it's not like if it's a cell phone, yeah, I want that. If it's a wallet, then I might go expand beyond 20 minutes. But if it's something else that I can live without for a weekend or 4 days, 5 days, 20 minutes.
All right, Steve, you forget the cell. How far are you driving back?
I was I'm going.
11 hours.
I think there's a
24-hour delay.
I think there's my first thought was it depends on how far the trip is supposed to be. Like it's a percentage thing.
How long you're going to be gone.
But then I realized no, it's really not that. I'm going to say I'm going to match my man Red who texted in the right answer. End of the driveway is the point of no return.
Wow.
My man. That's right. Plan ahead, do the checklist, check it twice, and after that, sorry, end of the driveway. Once I'm in second gear, it is done.
Fair enough.
And then Red, making friends fast, just followed up with another text. Who wears underwear anymore? All right.
Wow.
There's your winner for the day.
Next time we meet up, remind me not to sit next to Red.
Man, no kidding. Very happy to be with you on a Friday morning this evening and tomorrow evening, 7 and 9:30 p.m. both nights. Kevin Bozeman is at Acme Comedy. Tickets at acmecomedycompany.com. But Kevin Bozeman, more importantly, right now is in studio with us. Good morning, sir.
What's up, homeboy? How are you?
I'm all right. You are awfully. You look fresh. You're feeling good. But I'm going to start right here.
Yeah,
it's about 30 years since your collegiate basketball career wrapped up. How do your knees feel right now?
Buddy, if I walk past the basketball court, my knee swells up.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Sure it does. And I still talk trash, though. I just don't show up.
Oh, dude.
Right.
I still be like, I'll give everybody the business, but I don't show up.
No, you'll be talking trash in the ICU.
Buddy, it hurt. It's so painful because I love playing basketball so much, but I just can't. I can't even. I don't even try to do it. Even like a 3-on-3. If I could just stay in the corner and shoot the 3.
Yeah.
Like one of those utility men. But then if they're going to require me to run back on defense, then it's a wrap.
There's got to be a surgery for phantom knee swelling. There's got to be.
Yeah, buddy. It's called the casino. You go to the casino and you post up and gamble. That's what you do.
All right.
That's what you do when you got a bum knee.
You post up in the far left position at the blackjack table and you run the table. You
run the table and you chastise anyone for hitting a 12 against a dealer 6. You crushed them. You crushed them. You flipped the table over.
Anybody wondering the connection between blackjack and basketball? It's the trash talk.
It is definitely the trash talk. I do not let bad players sit there and I'll give them one, like it's a gut feeling. I'll give you one of those. And then afterwards it's F your feelings, dog. We gotta make some money moves here.
So you play blackjack like a poker player. Because normally blackjack's always like the poker, we're sitting at poker and we're all serious and quiet, right? And then we're watching the party happening over at the blackjack table.
Buddy, I play
not when you sit down.
Blackjack the way it should be played. I play with money that I shouldn't be losing. That's how I play. I play with money that I should not be losing, that I can't.
I have friends who play blackjack who are just, they got all the bank in the world, and I'm like, what's the point? If you're not risking something that you're going to miss,
buddy.
Where's the fun? You got to get on that roller coaster,
exactly, man. I'm like, I don't know. One of these bills are not getting paid if this don't. Like, either it's cable or cell phone. One of them, I got the bundle package, so it's iffy.
For me, it'd be like, I'm going to get, you know what? I was going to get both girls new shoes for school. But now one of them has to decide which one's going to get new shoes.
You just got to get them and share, alternate.
They'll eventually grow into the same size.
Right. You just got
time. Kevin Bozeman's in studio with us, Acme, tonight and tomorrow night. Kevin, you how old are your kids?
I have a 22-year-old, a 20-year-old, and a 7-year-old.
Yeah, that's right. I knew there was something. And it's
mistakes were made.
It's that whole, hey, we're done, we're clear, oh, no, we're not, that age gap.
Buddy, you ever look at your 2 kids and just think to yourself, I can do better? You just have to look at me like, I can do better than this. One more shot.
All right, so are you saying the 22 and the 20-year-old were the mistakes?
What I'm saying is my kid is 6'7" and can't dribble with his left hand, and my other kid plays soccer, and that's just a double fail.
Oh, my gosh. 6'7" and doesn't have the ball skills.
Oh,
Man,
my
tough.
gosh, dude. Oh, my gosh. And you think, you 6'7", you look at them. Like, it's hard to, and people like, it's hard to love your kids unconditionally when they do stuff like that, right? It's hard to just look them in the eye and know. Great.
The minute he's taller than you, it's all different. Now it's like, no, unconditional, my ass, get to work.
Right. So all my love and hopes are going into my 7-year-old.
Yeah. It's like, but you know what? I give you credit because you gave those first 2 plenty of time before you realized I got to go back to the well.
You know what I mean? AAU tournaments, I showed up drunk and watching this kid travel. Right? I'm like, dude, I'm hungover and you turning the ball over. What's going on?
Listen, man.
Make your free throws. Give me something. It's 8 a.m. on Saturday. You give me 3 points and 2 rebounds? What's happening?
Back in our day, a kid understood a hungover dad needs a solid performance on both ends of the court.
A solid performance, dude, to just get me out of it. I mean, like, there we go. That's what's happening. That's what's happening.
Does the 6'7" does he have good timing? Can he tell a story? Is he a jokester? Do you see him with a mic in his hand?
He's a chemical engineer major, so I guess he's safe in face. No, don't. Do not patronize me. That is not what I wanted. That is not my dreams.
Man.
He is not chasing my dreams.
That is there's something special about, the black sheep of the family being the chemical engineer.
Yeah,
buddy. I don't know where this kid came from.
Then my other kid plays soccer, and I just treat it like a gay phase in his life.
Oh, come on. Listen, man.
That's too much.
No, it's a tough
It's like, what are we doing, dude?
Soccer either works for you or it doesn't. And I'm a soccer guy. That was my first sport.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
Oh, my gosh, dude. I don't know a lot about soccer, but I do know if something good happens, it's a penalty.
Yeah, right.
Right.
He's not wrong.
I tell him, too. I used to tell him, you better give me 3 goals, else you're not going to eat.
Uh-oh.
And he'd be like, you know how hard it is to get 3 goals? Not as hard as it is to watch soccer.
Okay, well, then I can relate to your son because my dad knew nothing about soccer except for, after the game when he decided to break down my performance. And I'd be thinking, he has no idea what he's talking about.
You got to run around a little bit more. Got to run around. Set some screens or something.
You're not aggressive enough. And I'm like, I took the ball from the guy. Yeah, but you didn't knock him down. I'm like, yeah, it's a different game, bud.
Yeah, there you go. Well, all dads should be a little abusive.
That's true. No, you've got to maintain an edge.
You got to maintain. You can't show weakness.
And especially if they're taller than you. See, I didn't have that. I'm 6'3". My son stopped right around 6. And I breathed a sigh of relief. I was like, oh, thank God.
Buddy, they always press up on me, too. Right, they always up on me because they're bigger than me, and they remember the beatings I used to give them, and but that doesn't change. I'll nutshot them any day, anytime they get out of line.
You just go to the bag, huh?
Oh yeah,
all right,
sure.
All day.
Kevin Bozeman's with us in studio. He's at Acme tonight, 7 and 9:30 tonight and tomorrow night,
and giving out quality father advice too.
That's it. I was gonna say, comedy or parental advice, whatever you prefer, you're gonna get both.
I'm more of a life coach.
That's it. That's it.
Then a comedian, more of a
life coach, more motivational speaking.
So they will leave. The audience will leave enlightened tonight.
You should hear my thoughts on marriage.
Hey, you know what? It just dawned on me. A successful life coach career, you'd have better luck as a life coach if the people that were paying you for advice were drinking throughout the sessions.
We're absolutely drinking, and we're willing to go to the casino with me afterwards.
Now that's life coaching.
That's what I'm talking about. So I can tell everyone how to bet and what to lay off of, so I can flourish.
Life coaching means how to play a proper game of blackjack. I don't know what else you're looking for, but we're gonna get you in and out of the table in one piece. Kevin, you're the rare guy whose career you're a funny guy, and you had friends who were like, "You're funny, man. You should go to open mic. You should try stand up." 9 times out of 10, when somebody that's the funny guy does that, they realize there's a big difference between making your friends laugh and making strangers laugh. But
there's a huge difference.
You cross that. Very rare does it work out. Do you remember that very first time? And did you feel like you were out over your skis, or did you actually did you calm down and realize, oh, this is right where I'm supposed to be?
Buddy, I remember my very first time like it was yesterday. It was in Madison. Wisconsin. I didn't tell any of my friends though, which is probably the smartest thing I've done. Like I didn't tell any of my friends, so I had no support group. I went up. The show was awful, which made it better for me, because everybody else was bad. I went up, and it felt like it was such an adrenaline rush. I remember walking off stage and just running to my car because I was so excited, and I didn't think that I was going to do it again. But I realized I don't really have any other job skills, so just kind of work my way back to it.
Yeah, self-awareness is key.
Yeah, buddy. I used to sell life insurance, and people be like, "Why should I buy this policy?" I'd be like, "That's a great question." That was a fantastic question that I cannot answer, but I gotta get these premiums, Holmes.
You're looking at your phone going, one day they're going to invent a phone that I could Google and answer.
Yeah, right. AI, please help.
Yeah. So that very first time, how long were you up there? Was it 3 minutes? 4?
5.
5.
Wow, full 5 right out of the gate.
5 minutes, bro.
Damn.
That's forever.
5 minutes.
That
I remember,
felt like forever,
that was 5 minutes, and I thought I had 5 minutes, but I didn't. I just went up and did my act, and then it was really dirty, of course, because that's what you do. And then I just kind of told some street jokes, and then I bounced.
Right, whatever it takes, man. You got in and out. No
Half
injuries.
the battle is getting up on stage.
Yep, that's exactly.
And then
right.
you got to learn the craft. And then learning the craft, that's where people start to falter. You know, the minutia of joke writing and getting up and staying relevant and being comfortable and developing a voice. But it's worth it. It's so great.
I imagine you're at a point now where you never turn it off. Every situation you're in, there's a chance for a new bit.
Yeah, buddy. I just went to a funeral and I came out with like 6 minutes of material.
Yeah, I bet. I'm sure.
It was the best funeral. It was legit the best funeral ever. It was at a pizza parlor. It was so great.
Oh, really?
It was so great. There was no body. You can't have a body next to the pepperoni.
Yeah,
that would be bad luck. But it was great. It was great. And then that's what I said. when I die, you're putting me. The funeral will be at a casino, and I'm going to be,
right.
And they're going to have my body like right in the pit boss and just have 2 poker chips over my eyes.
Nice.
Yeah, right? That's the way to go, right?
I like it.
I just realized I've never heard the expression "best funeral ever" before. That's a movie title.
It's the only funeral that was great. I was angry that other funerals wasn't run like this, dude. Like you just go like, how come everyone else doesn't do this? Every other funeral is sad, and there's an old black dude in the back just humming. And this is great. This is great, dude.
And then you're looking at friends going, man, your grandpa's funeral sucked, man. And then you got to start
better.
ranking funerals.
You got to do better, bro.
That's it.
You got to do better, bro. So, yeah.
Kevin Bozeman's at Acme tonight and tomorrow night, 7 p.m. and 9:30, acmecomedycompany.com. We were discussing earlier in the show about road trips. Do you like a road trip? You like to get in a car and just hit the open road?
I did. I drove to Minneapolis, so I just drove to Minneapolis just to, I driving to Minnesota in the summertime is great, right? It's just great. So I drove to Minnesota, but I'm always on the road. I'm on the road 45 weeks a year.
Sure.
So I drive a lot. Back in the day when I first started, I had a Dodge Shadow, and I used to try to outrun cops. And my
How'd that go?
Shadow.
Like you outrun cops that were on those
great.
Segways?
So when I was on the expressway, you make a couple of mistakes. That Dodge Shadow had a little get up, and so I was gone, dog. I would like turn my lights off and just drive in the dark and whatever. I was pretty nutty. One time I was in Dubuque, Iowa, and I was not on the expressway, and the cop turned around. And I tried to speed, and I almost lost control of my car a couple of times. And then they came, guns blazing on me, right? And they was like, "What were you doing? What were you doing?" And I was like, "I was just trying to get you guys' attention to come see my comedy show tomorrow."
There you go.
And did that work?
No. I mean,
did they come?
One dude, it did work because one dude laughed, and I was like, "Oh, thank God!" All you needed was one. One dude just snickered, and then he caught himself. And then I go, "Are you coming to the show?" He's like, "Your comedy has been enough for me tonight." Because there's like a lot of drug deals that used to go on in that area, so they thought that I was a drug dealer. I was like, "Dude, look at my car. It's a Dodge Shadow.
Yeah.
You think a drug dealer drives a Dodge Shadow? Look at this piece of elegance."
The smart ones do. That's the smart ones do.
Look at this elegant emerald green Dodge Shadow. But yeah, they let me go. So
right on.
Nice.
Kevin Bozeman and his vintage Dodge Shadow at Acme Comedy Company tonight and tomorrow night, 7 p.m. and 9:30 p.m. It is a pleasure to see you again, my man. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, homeboy. I appreciate you having me.
Anytime you're around, hit us up. All right, we got just enough time for the last word. Just a great sports note. I came across this statistic, and I thought it was really cool. The most points in NBA history by a father-son duo, a father and his son, is 42,246, and that is LeBron James and his son Bronny.
No. How many are Bronny? How many does Bronny have of that?
16?
Well, he's got 62 of the 42,246. So don't say it's nothing, okay? It's 62 points for crying out loud. So I will have no more Bronny James. Okay. Don't look down your nose at Bronny. He and his dad have set a record for all-time father-son points, and I just want to say, tip of the cap, gentlemen.
Excellent.
Paul Fletcher, you're hanging around. What's coming up next?
I tell you what, between me and Joe Mauer, we made about $125 million in Major League Baseball between the two of us.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I've got Rock the Boat 80s cruise passes coming up around 1:30, and then about 11:45, just a bit after 11:45, go commercial free for 92 minutes.
Gorman in the morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.